Bucks and the Orlando Magic in this one, and the Bucks with a big victory, 121-99. And the Bucks now they're starting to really take apart the competition after getting off to a slow start early in the year. And now let's see the box score for the fantasy impact. Brook Lopez in this one, 28 minutes, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 6 and 2 of 6 from the field, 3 assists, 1 of 4 from 3. So Brook Lopez, he's a player. He had a down game in this one, and there's going to be ups and downs with him, especially that he's the 4th or 5th option on this Milwaukee Buck team. But Brook Lopez, I would still own him in many fantasy leagues, and he's still getting major minutes and starting. So I think it's just a down game for him, and he'll be okay. Chris Middleton in this one, a good double-double for Middleton. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 of 6 from 3, and 9 of 17 from the field, which is over 50%. So Chris Middleton, another solid start to the season for him. And Middleton now, he's been great for fantasy and this Buck team. The last 3 or 4 years, he gets a lot of hate towards him for no reason, but he's a pretty good player, Middleton. He does his job, he don't complain, and he could put up points and help this Buck team possibly make the championship this season. So Middleton, he's been good for fantasy owners, and he keeps producing. And a nice double-double here for tonight. The Greek Freak Giannis Antetokounmpo in this one, 27 minutes, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 of 16 from the field, and 2 for 4 from 3. So Giannis, you know what you're going to get from him. 2-time reigning MVP right now is the Greek Freak, and it was good to see him go 2 for 4 from 3. So if he could get better at his foul shooting and 3-point shooting, he's going to get more points a game and even be better than he is, which is scary. So Giannis, he's having a good season and living up to that top 2 or 3 picks so far. DiVincenzo in this one, he didn't get much going or an opportunity. Only 4 for 7 from the field, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. But this ball game was over by the early 4th quarter. So most of the starters, they didn't play heavy minutes for this Buck team, and that's why. But DiVincenzo, he's a good player to have at the end of your roster. He could get a couple assists. He rebounds decently. He could score and hit a few threes. So I wouldn't worry about him after a mediocre night. True Holiday in this one, he's a guy I'm starting to worry about, is Holiday. 11 points in this one, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And his numbers are way down so far with his new team from where they were with the Pelicans last season. And another bad shooting game for him, 3 for 10 from the field, 0 for 4 from downtown. So if I'm a Holiday owner, I think I'm going to look to trade him off this week and try to get anything of decency for him, because I don't think he fits this Milwaukee Buck team that good, and that's not a good thing. They gave up 3 future first-round picks to get Holiday into town here in the offseason. Another guy who came into town from Milwaukee, but he's producing, is Bobby Portis. And Bobby Portis, another good game here tonight. 24 minutes of play, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 9 of 13 from the field, and 2 of 3 from 3-point land. So Portis, he's a great man off the bench here from Milwaukee. He fits in well. He's scoring the basketball at a good rate as well as Portis. And now, if he's out there still in your fantasy leagues, you should go get him, which I recommended to do in my Forwards waiver wire video. So Bobby Portis, he's producing. He's a main guy off the bench for this Buck team, and you should go out there and get him because he's been big numbers so far this season. DJ Augustine in this one, 20 minutes, 8 points, 4 assists, 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. There would need to be an injury to DiVincenzo or Holiday, obviously, for Augustine to have fantasy value. But we've seen him in the past be a decent fantasy player. Pat Connaughton, he's back, 18 minutes, 7 points, 4 boards, but no value for him. Breen Forbes, 14 points, 2 rebounds and a dime, 4 for 7 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3, but he's not playing enough minutes to have fantasy value for this Buck team. Orlando Magic now, Nikola Vukovic, this guy, he's a walking double-double, and in this game, he had a whopping 25 field goal attempts. He finished the night with 28 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and he added 4 threes and 10 tries. So Vukovic, every season, it seems like he adds something to his game, and he gets better, and he's living up to that 2nd or 3rd round pick in fantasy leagues this year. Dwayne Bacon, he's been a pickup in deeper leagues I've seen over the last few days. But in this one, he didn't have much of an impact. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 5 of 10 from the field, and he didn't add a 3. But Bacon, his playing time's going to be decent now, and a little bit added his minutes with Evan Fournier still out, obviously, Michael Carter-Williams out, and also Markelle Fultz, who's out for the season with a torn ACL. So this team, they're pretty banged up. They're playing some guys they probably didn't expect to play early in the season. So Bacon, he had 28 minutes, but he didn't do much. James Ennis in this one, he got the start at small forward. 15 minutes, 3 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Ennis, he's not on the radar. Aaron Gordon, another good game for Gordon now. And he's a player I was big on coming into the season. And he's starting to get it going now. 21 points, 5 rebounds. A nice 8 assists for Gordon. 8 of 14 from the field. And he added 3 for 4 from three-point land. So far, Gordon, his shooting's getting a little more consistent and better the last few games. And his assists have gone up as well for fantasy owners. So that's a plus. So Aaron Gordon, he's a player I like a lot, and if you could try to trade for him, this is the time to do it, because I think he's going to be a monster the rest of the fantasy season. Cole Anthony, he was a recommended pickup this week, obviously, so check that out if you haven't. Guards to pick up on waivers. Anthony, 12 points, 3 boards, and an assist, 4 of 13 from the field. And he added a 3. Anthony, he's going to have growing pains. Obviously, he's a rookie. He's going to start and play 25, 30 minutes a game. The problem with him is his field goal percentage, and he's not going to give you many threes. But he's a guy that should be owned in a majority of fantasy leagues because of his upside and the position he's in now. Bone in this one, 28 minutes, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 of 6 from the field. But he has no fantasy value, especially when Fournier and Carter-Williams come back. Terrence Ross, a down game for him in this one. 25 minutes, only 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and he only had 6 shot attempts. So Terrence Ross, it was just an off night overall, and the Magic, they got blown out in this one. So Ross, hopefully he bounces back in the next game, and he's been pretty solid so far. Gary Clark, 18 minutes, 2 points, 3 rebounds. He's got no value. Birch, he's been a pickup in deeper leagues, but he's not valuable, in my opinion, in 12-team and 10-team leagues. 18 minutes, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Mo Bamba sighting in this one, 11 minutes, and he had a decent stat line. 8 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. But Mo Bamba, he's been a bust so far in the NBA and for fantasy teams where he shouldn't be owned in any leagues unless it's a 20-team league or something. So that was the Milwaukee Buck and the Orlando Magic box score